This message is only strictly to the neurodivergent. So if you ain't autistic, baby, this ain't your message. And if you sit here and watch this message and know that it ain't resonate with you, then that's your own fucking fault. So don't get in my comments getting pissed. Okay. So anyway, you recently found out that you are actually autistic. And you have some loved ones in your life that do not believe that you are actually autistic. And you're wondering why. You're like, you have all the signs, you have the symptoms, everything just screams autism, but why are they so reluctant to believe that this is what you're actually dealing with? It's an ego thing with them. Everything is always about them, because in order for them, a neurotypical, to actually acknowledge and admit that you are autistic, what they have to do is they have to admit and acknowledge that how this is why this message don't want to get out, as to the way that they treated you was awful, was horrible, and they took advantage of you. They treated you horribly because they felt that they could. 111 on my clock. They took advantage of you. And what that makes them look like, it makes them look like a shitty fucking person, because it's like if you were blatantly and maliciously hurtful to a person with a mental disability, it makes you a bad person, because you could tell something was off about them. You could tell something was different about them. You could tell they didn't understand social cues, but you still picked on them to be in anyway. Why? Because I get that you had certain people in your life that would make fun of you and mock you for being quirky or awkward, or a lot of that is just autism. Like, that was your autism pretty much. So they shamed you and mocked you because they said you were quirky, you were awkward, you were this, and it made them cringe, it made them uncomfortable. But the whole time, that's just who you are. So they were shaming you for who you are instead of understanding you. They were allowing other people to make fun of you and mock you when they should have been standing there defending you because you are their family member, but they didn't do that. So what that does is it comes with a lot of shame, because they feel a lot of shame for how they treated you, because they're like, wow, this whole entire time they was autistic the whole time, and I treated them horribly because I was so annoyed with them. I just played them to the left. And the whole time they were autistic, the whole time they had pure intention, the whole time I didn't have to do them like that. That's why they don't want to believe it, because they don't want to have to face how they treated you. They don't want to have to face what they did to you. They don't want to have to basically see that the perception of who they thought you are is false, because it's a whole, they have to look at you in a whole different way now within the lens of autism, and they don't want to do that. Because they rather be comfortable with the old version of who they thought you were, the version that they felt they were better than, they could walk all over. They don't want this new version.